Today's announcement is about addressing the incredible growth that this industry is experiencing in mobile broadband. I mean, to put this into perspective, AT&T, our network, over the last 4 years, we've experienced 8,000% growth in mobile broadband traffic. And that's even before you bring in elements like fourth generation LTE networks and the cloud. You put those elements into this and the growth becomes truly explosive. And in fact, we expect that over the next 5 years, the capacity on our network will be 8 to 10 times what we're currently experiencing on our network. That's a tremendous amount of growth. And it's causing us as a company to have to stop and rethink, where do we go from here? That's what this transaction is about, creating the capacity and the opportunity to create new services for our customers. This transaction does accomplish that. Well, the purpose of this transaction is that you have two companies who have very complementary spectrum, which is very valuable in this industry to bring these services to market. The spectrum is complementary. The networks are very, very complementary. We're on the same technology. So we can put the spectrum and the technology together, and this produces something that no other transaction could produce, an immediate lift in capacity, an immediate improvement in service quality. It allows us to do something that's going to be very unique, and that is we're going to build mobile broadband, LTE, across 95% of the United States as a result of this transaction. Obviously, we're very respectful of the DOJ and the FCC and those processes. We have done this many times before. We have studied this transaction in depth and in detail. And if you look across the United States, the majority of all Americans have an option to choose 5 different service providers for their wireless service. So you combine all of that, and we think after a very thorough review, this transaction will be approved. If you look over the last number of years, there have been a number of transactions in this industry from large-scale competitors. And after each of those mergers, prices have actually gone down. And I think you'll continue to see a very aggressive competitive environment in this industry, and we feel very good about the competition that's fierce today. It'll be fierce tomorrow. Now, as you know, we've been doing a lot to address service and stay up with these volumes, but this is something that will allow us to truly accelerate the service improvement process. T-Mobile has a very impressive cell site grid. AT&T does as well. We put those two capabilities and networks together. It's an immediate lift in capacity of about 30%. In fact, think of it this way. This will accelerate by about 5 years the cell site build program that we have in place today. So it's a very quick way to move the service quality needle. What I think this does is allows us to get through this first wave of mobile broadband growth. This gives us the spectrum we need to really address the growth that we're seeing over the next few years. I think we as an industry are always going to have to address the spectrum shortages, and I don't see that stopping anytime in the near future. Oh, I think this is a terrific opportunity for our shareholders. In fact, you're hard-pressed to find a transaction that looks like this one, where the synergies paid are actually in excess of the price that was paid for the transaction. So from a shareholder standpoint, this is a very attractive opportunity. The other thing it does is it really increases our growth profile and our growth potential, because now we have more exposure to wireless, more exposure to mobile broadband. So from a shareholder standpoint, it really is an attractive transaction.